Batman? Who was the actor in Batman and Robin?
Oh, I think Batman and Robin. It was either George Clooney or it was what's his face from Tombstone.
I should have known.
I get Forever and Batman and Robin mixed up. The same.
Forever was Mr. Freeze, right, Mister?
Or was that Batman and Robin? I think Forever was with Riddler, played by Jim Carrey.
Yeah, that was Riddler. Yeah, but wasn't that Batman and Robin?
I thought Freeze was Batman and Robin with Poison Ivy.
No, Freeze was Batman Forever, wasn't it?
Then who's Batman and Robin?
The Riddler.
Let me Google this.
You better check.
Well, actually, you Google it or it'll stop recording.
Whoop. So, just ask who was a villain in
Batman and Robin. Yep, and that'll solve.
Okay, Google. Who was the villain in the movie Batman and Robin? I want to say.
Hold up to the mic in case I leave this in, but I probably won't.
I'm gonna click the link.
Is that just gonna tell you? Okay, Google. How much protein?
George Clooney was Batman in that movie.
Okay.
Mr. Freeze was Batman and Robin.
Okay, so Forever, just like I said, is
Riddler.
Yeah, Riddler. You thought Riddler was Batman and Robin.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, Google. How much protein is in
it goes to your voice.
So it should know.
No, I got my voice programmed in this.
Never mind.
What did you want to add? Oh, I had the... I'll be able to tell by the... Yep, that was a screen of the movie. I'd have been able to tell that.
You know what killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age. My Arnold is so bad, though.
Uma Thurman.
Uma Thurman was...
I forgot about her.
Was Miss Plant Lady. Miss Plant Lady.
What was it?
Her name was Miss Plant Lady.
No.
Not to be confused with Miss Cat Lady.
No, it wasn't. Ivy. Poison
Ivy.
Okay, let's go on now.
Do we have to?
Look, I'd love to talk about Batman all night.
You got to be the Batman.
I am the Batman.
You got to be the Batman. Yeah, I guess we.
I like doing this after Bucks wins because it's so much easier to joke around.
It's way less stressful.
Oh, I like to joke around all the time, but after a Bucks win, it's much easier.
So much easier. Want
me to start talking and you interrupt again?
Yeah, probably, if that's what you want to do.
Well,
what's up, everybody, and welcome to Bucked Up, episode 23. Possibly Entertainment's post-game Bucks podcast. I am your host, Nick Schneider, alongside the real deal, John Monk. If you like the show, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, subscribe to us on audio platforms around the world, review us on audio platforms around the world, or like the video on YouTube. You can also follow us on Twitter at PossiblyENT. Let's get into it. The Bucks beat the Pistons in a very good game.
Yep.
A close game, but a game we played pretty well, I think. A game where our big three turned up pretty well. Some unsung heroes. Lack of center play still.
Yeah, that's a big takeaway again. But
let's start off, John, with after this game, where do you think we are at in the fire kid meter? Are we closer to getting rid of him after tonight or closer to keeping him?
In my book, 100% keeping him, but in the average fan, I think
we're closer to keeping him after this game.
But I've always wanted to keep. I never wanted to fire him. But to an average fan, I'd still say keeping him.
Well, let's see what the fire kid meter says.
At the end, yeah.
We are closer to keeping him.
Oh, yeah, I think so.
It's what the fire kid meter says. So
that's right.
Right. So that's where we're at. Other than fire kid. What went right? What went wrong tonight?
Well, like you said earlier, right away, I thought the big three played very, very great tonight.
Yep. Eric Bledsoe, Chris Middleton, Giannis Antetokounmpo had
all great, very good games.
Very good games each. Giannis had some questionable decision making throughout, which was okay. He was taking a lot of jumpers again, which I hate to see, but
yeah, he still shot 50% here.
Yep.
8 of 16. I mean, Middleton shot 70%, 7 of 10.
Yep.
And Bledsoe 9 of 21, 42.9%. So I mean.
That's right about where I want Bledsoe to be at. And he was hitting his threes, too. He was 2 for 6, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, Giannis had 25, Middleton had 21, and Bledsoe had 22 points. That's a big three.
What more can you ask for?
That's a great break. I mean, really good, great big three.
And I know I'm putting you on the spot. We didn't talk about this at all before the show, but where among other superstar, and I think the only superstar on this team is Giannis, but where among other star groupings do you think we rank?
For big threes or
Yeah, for if you take every team's star players or great players together in a group, where do you think, or even best three? If you took every team's best three players, where do we rank?
Well, you got the Warriors.
We're below the Warriors.
Well, the Cavs. Who do they? I mean, LeBron
and Love and Isaiah Thomas, which I still
isn't playing. I mean, you can't.
Okay,
tell
let's say
yet.
healthy Isaiah Thomas though. I still think they're better.
So yes, I who
Barely.
else? Besides
Cavs, your
Warriors,
big three
okay.
are Kyrie, Al Horford, and Jason Tatum, or
Oh,
Jaylen
you sell
Brown.
Celtics, yeah.
Yeah, sell for the Celtics. Yep. You know that's not better than our big three.
I don't think so.
I
at
definitely
all.
don't think so. You got to look at the Pistons, who are playing really well, but their big three,
They're
none
down,
of them
they're on a
average over 20
downstretch
points per
ish
game.
now, yeah. they're
Yeah,
not-
and Andre Drummond is probably their best player. So
yeah, probably. No,
out
we're,
west is where you've got to look. CP3.
Well, you
James
can
Harden.
talk about the Thunder team, you know.
You talk about the
with
Thunder
the George,
team.
Melo,
Yep.
Russell. I mean, that's great three players, but
But I would honestly say at this point, Bledsoe and Chris Middleton are better players than Melo. I'd rather have them on my team.
so 100%, yeah.
You know, Melo's old now. He's got kind of that star mentality still, but he doesn't have.
Passing at all ability, I don't
And
think.
he never really did, but he's not good enough to take over games anymore. He's lost.
No.
He's lost that one extra step, and that's changed everything for him. And you can see it by their record over in the Thunder. So I think we really have a formidable
Top five
crew
big
to
three.
build around.
And honestly, a big three
Right.
with Jabari returning, hopefully.
With Jabari returning, that turns into a big four. I think Jabari's a better player than at least Chris.
Offensively, I'd say offensively better, yeah.
Better than Chris and Bledsoe, I think, offensively.
Better than Chris. I mean, offensively.
Yeah, absolutely.
but-
Jabari's a stud offensively, and that it changes the whole dynamic of the team. And so, but my point is, I think we have a really cool core to build around.
Oh, God,
And
yeah.
so, leading into our talk that I'm sure we will get into about DeAndre Jordan today,
Oh, yeah.
I think that's interesting going forward. That if you can build a team, a real team around those four, how serious of a contender are we? So, big rumors going around right now about DeAndre Jordan.
Yep.
Not only what we talked about last week, the agent signing, everything else.
The last episode, yeah.
Exactly. After the Bucks lost to the Celtics,
Tough loss, but not a bad loss.
tough loss, but not a bad loss. Immediately after the loss, DeAndre Jordan tweeted out a picture of Kendrick Lamar, a GIF of him saying, "We gonna be all right." Immediately after the Bucks
We
lost.
didn't see that before the episode, did we?
Exactly.
Right?
So we apologize not going over it then. But that is extremely interesting, considering all the events preceding. Eric
And
Bledsoe
all
and
the
DeAndre Jordan.
replies to the tweets.
And all the reply. Well, that's. I think it was easy to make that connection, and that's why all the replies were that way. But Eric Bledsoe and DeAndre Jordan, very close. That
Yep.
tweet, that agent signing,
I was just
the
gonna say that,
fact that it's reported that we are interested in it.
We're one of the top teams by far.
We were one of
yeah.
the four teams Waj tweeted
Yep.
about being interested in.
Just like Bledsoe.
DeAndre
We were one
Jordan.
of the top teams interested in Bledsoe.
Exactly.
But, yeah.
And so as the days go on, I think it's increasingly likely that
We
a
see a
DeAndre
DJ,
Jordan, we
yeah.
see a DJ kind of move somewhere. And I think there's a good chance it's with us. What are you willing to, what's your ideal trade package for DeAndre Jordan?
Oh, well, hence,
Now, that would
that's
work.
that's chance. This is the low chance. A Henson, whether it's Mirza or Deli in a first, something along the lines of that.
There's no way in hell you get that. Not in a million years.
Well, I remember talking about the Bledsoe trade. Would we all give up Bledsoe? I told you a Moose, a Henson in the first, Moose or Henson in the first, something along the lines of that. We
And
got
I agree
that.
with you. But here's the difference.
Well, you told me that wouldn't work right away.
Here's the difference, and I'll tell you right now. They had no leverage. Every day that went by
That's
with the
exactly.
Suns,
Yes, I agree. 100%.
every day that went by with the Suns, they could not play him. It was
Yep.
clear that the situation was bad there, and he needed to go.
Mm-hmm.
And as time went on, teams got more willing or to give up less. You know.
Oh, yeah.
And so,
yeah,
and
because
exactly, because just that's how negotiating works.
yeah.
Here's the deal with the Clippers, though: is the Clippers could keep him, and it wouldn't.
Yeah.
It wouldn't change anything.
No, I don't think we're gonna get Jordan for a Henson.
Exactly.
I don't think we're gonna get him. We're gonna have to give
you're
up
gonna
an
have
asset,
to give up an asset. Exactly.
which I don't
That's
want
my
to
point.
do. But if, like in the rumor I heard just today, earlier today or yesterday, I don't know, I can't remember the Lou Williams, the rumor. If we were to get a Lou Williams for a Brogdon plus a Henson plus something along the lines of that,
Absolutely.
I would do
and I
that.
like that rumor as well. My only concern, both of those are expiring contracts. It's not like
That's
you're guaranteed to have both of next year. DeAndre Jordan has a player
Yep.
option for a max deal that he could take. So that's something to keep in mind. But my point is knowing that we have this kind of core around us, great core of those 4. Not only does trading for DeAndre Jordan and hopefully Lou Williams, which would be the perfect deal for me as well.
If we give it Brogdon, yeah, I'd like to see Lou on our team.
I agree. Not only does that raise our chances this year, at least the expectations are at least the Eastern Conference Finals at that point.
Yep, 100%. Then,
but it frees up a ton of cap space in a crowded free agency this year with a lot of free agents to build a better team of role players around our big four.
Big four, yeah, if you will.
Because we have all our money tied up in role players that we don't like right now. John Henson, Mirza Teletovic, Delhi. If we can get rid of 2 of those contracts, that's huge. That changes everything.
If we got rid of those, if we got some of those,
that's at least $20 million that we can
bring in
a
Lou and a DJ
for a year.
Yeah, but still, that's huge.
It is huge. But then the year after that, John, I'm talking, when you start building for free agency and you're signing 4 or 5 year deals on some of these guys, you can start signing real role players for $8 million bucks a pop that are actually positive assets.
But still, I mean, that's not cheap by any means.
No. But I'd rather give that money to a real player than a John Henson.
Oh, yeah.
Than a Mirza Teletovic.
Yeah, we're paying them over $8 million. Yeah.
Exactly. My point is, if we can find a way to dump some of these negative assets, we can flip them, no matter what these contracts do, into positive assets later. And that's, I think, the real key to the trade. Is it's not necessarily a play for now. It's a play for being able to build later. Because right now we're so tied up with these contracts that it'll be tough for us to build going forward. Teletovic is on for another year. Delhi's on for 2 more years. Henson's on for at least 2 more. It could even be 3. I think 2 more, though.
It's 2, I believe, yeah. But yeah, still, yeah, either way.
So my point is we would not be able to build around this core while we had everyone intact.
With the questionable outsiders, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And so that, I think, is the real key to this trade, and I think maybe the biggest thing they're looking at. Is it's not only bringing in assets to win this year, which they would.
It definitely will be this year, but it's
especially
also getting
DeAndre
rid
Jordan
of
in a Moose role, which I think is something people aren't talking about, but is very possible.
It's a plus Moose in the same role, yeah.
I'd rather see Thon start then, and it would not be pretty, but at least you would have real depth going forward. Well, if you have Lou Williams, Jabari Parker, and DeAndre Jordan coming off your bench,
are you kidding me? My God.
Oh, man.
I like our chances going to the finals almost then. I mean, so
that's a phenomenal team.
Oh, I mean, we're a bit tough.
And this is all hearsay. We don't know if Lou Williams is even being dangled. We don't know how serious we are about DeAndre Jordan. But I think that move, I'm warming up to it more and more. As much as I love Brogdon.
Oh, I don't want to see Brogdon go 100%.
No, absolutely not. But he is almost worth even just getting rid of those contracts.
Getting a Henson or Mirza. I love the Bucks, but love all the players. But if you got rid of those guys, get a DJ, get a Lou Williams.
If we can get 2 Brogdon level guys in free agency by freeing up that cap room, it's automatically worth it. You know,
you got to do as management best for the team, best for winning in the NBA.
And it sucks, but also I do think Brogdon feels a little slighted after the Bledsoe trade. It was his team; he was the point guard.
Yeah, I think Brogdon feels like he can be a starting NBA point guard,
and he can be in a lot of places. I think a trade actually would probably be good for him personally too.
I do think he 100% takes the role of coming off the bench for the Bucks, though. I think he wants to win with us, and
no doubt about it.
But I agree. I think he feels he can be a starting NBA point guard, which I think he can.
Yeah, for sure.
Not top 10 by any means, but it's not. He's
a good starting point guard who can play off the dribble and make plays for other people, and that's something that not every team has.
So he's got time to develop too.
Absolutely. Yeah. But now that that's out of the way, it was Giannis' birthday tonight. He ended up with a 25-point game. Didn't necessarily set the night on
10
fire.
10 bars, at least double for his birthday.
But he got the win, and he got the win for his birthday. And
some good plays.
Giannis,
average night, great night for Giannis. I mean,
exactly. Now, speaking of DeAndre Jordan, center play tonight was again bad. You're going to look at John Henson's stat line if you didn't see the game tonight, and you're going to say, oh, it was okay. 10 points, 6 boards. You could have seen a few more boards there. 2 blocks, But
10-6 and 2 blocks like you just said. Yeah.
Decision making clearly an issue.
Even his stat line that was not a center.
It's not a center stat line, but for John Henson usually it's fine.
Yeah,
but decision making is not there, and that's something we've harped on him for so long, John. And we're only 23 episodes in, and we've harped on him for so long. Is that it's improved this season, but it's still not where it needs to be if you were going to be an NBA player. So
NBA
many
center,
times he is
especially.
not ready for the pass. He's not in the right position.
No.
He's not doing the right things he needs to be.
I don't think so. No, that's what we were saying even
Yeah.
before this year. Watching the game, we were sketching ahead at Henson wherever he was offensively, even defensively, missing rebounds after a shot's being shot, going straight to the rim.
There was a play this game where a rebound came off the rim, and John Henson ducked away because he didn't want to get hit by the ball instead of grabbing the rebound. It was one of the most embarrassing things I've ever seen in my entire life.
And that's our center. That's our starting center. That's
and it's not like Thon is any better IQ-wise.
He's 20 years old though and has more potential.
Absolutely.
That's the
Absolutely.
thing about Thon.
That's the difference. But yeah, it's hard right now with both of our centers making low IQ plays, not being in the right position. Thon continually traps at the worst times. At the absolute worst times, and I don't know what he's doing. There are times when people will blow right by him because he's up on Andre Drummond 5 passes.
And then he got beat on the dribble. This is
he
early
got
in the
beat
game,
off the
though.
dribble by Andre Drummond.
Yeah.
Like
that
it's-
can't happen, but
Not for a guy as fast as Thon. It's
No.
unacceptable. And we really do need a center. Like, we really do need a center. And
that's why the Jordan trade, as long as you don't give up a huge asset, now that I'm moving towards just into an asset. But
yeah.
That's where.
So what is off limits then? We went over this last time, but up till Jabari?
Well, I would not. Yeah, I consider Jabari part of our big four, even though he's not playing.
To me, Jabari's
So-
untradeable, and you can go back to last episode to see why.
I don't want to give up Snell. I don't know.
It's tough, man.
The only guy I don't want to go with Brogdon, but if we got a Lou Williams out of a Brogdon,
Yeah, I think that changes everything.
yeah,
I think because Lou Williams is such a good player.
he can score, he can defend the guard position. Nowhere else. Brogdon, I think, is stronger defensively, but
And I really do think that the Clippers are going to come to the point where they want to blow it up if they're not already there right
yeah,
now.
they ain't gonna win. So
Nope, and clearly the Doc Rivers experiment didn't work.
nope. So
CP3 is already gone. Blake Griffin's hurt half the time.
Yep, if
They
we-
tried piecing together this team, and it clearly didn't work out very well. Nobody's happy.
if we stay patient again,
Maybe we'll get some leverage. My worry is Cavs are dangling that net pick, I bet.
yeah.
But that's the thing that I worry about the Cavs is how confident is front office that LeBron isn't leaving, that they're willing to use that Nets pick. Because that Nets pick, man, if I was the front office and I wasn't sure whether LeBron was leaving, is off limits to everyone. Because if LeBron leaves, you need that.
Oh, well,
Like, if you want to compete in the next 3 years, you need it.
if LeBron, yeah, I think LeBron's
Just
staying.
because you've
though.
got so many decent role players
I think they're
stuck on contract.
banking on LeBron staying.
I think so too, but I don't think you take the risk of
As a
getting rid
front
of the
office
Nets pick.
move, no, I don't.
I don't think you
so,
can take
but,
the risk.
Yeah.
But it's interesting to look at. I do think we probably are the most likely destination for DeAndre if he is going
Yeah.
somewhere. If you
Right
remember,
now, yeah.
if you remember back when Bledsoe said he didn't want to be there, DeAndre tweeted at him and said, "Come home, bro." Clearly, they're friends.
But, yeah. And
So-
helping that DeAndre, just like you said, sign Schwartz as the agent was
Yeah.
something.
We've talked about DeAndre Jordan today for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, well, it's a big deal.
It's the most interesting thing going on right now because the game, not super interesting. I think it's interesting that Jason Kidd.
Oh, defense? No, I thought, like I said, yeah, I think Kidd did a
I think
great game again.
There
today.
wasn't a lot of trapping. There was some aggressiveness late, which I was okay
That's
with.
fine, yeah, it's a
it
close
wasn't
game.
anything crazy. People weren't out of position all that often,
That's- yeah.
other than our centers, who are we already talked about. We don't need to
Yeah,
talk
yeah,
about anymore.
no.
Yeah, I think it was a well coached game. I think down
think-
the stretch we played really well and we made some big plays to finish off
Mm-hmm.
the game. Eric Bledsoe, I think that might be his most underrated attribute, is he knows how to close a game.
Well,
He really does. There are already 2 games this year that were won because he knew how to close. And Chris Middleton is also a very good closer, but
Middleton is overall underrated player. I mean,
I'd like to talk about that because
everything he does, I think, is underrated. Really,
the first 10 games of the season he was so shaky.
yeah, but
once you knew-
we both knew
yeah,
he
that he
was
would
gonna
get
be
over it,
fine.
yeah.
And, yeah.
But once he does get over it, man, he is so special.
Oh,
and you
he's damn
forget.
good.
And there are people who hate him in the Bucks fandom, but
Which I don't know how. I'd love to talk to those people about
well, he's
it.
slower. He shoots a lot of contested shots.
Yeah, I mean,
But I think their problem more is that we overvalue him, which I disagree with.
we give him good money. That's 5-year, $60 million deal for 5 years.
That's a phenomenal deal. He's
very good deal. Yeah, but he's
honestly,
a great
John,
player.
Honestly, John,
He's a great player for
do
us.
not
I
be
think.
surprised when his contract is up if he's a max player.
Oh, absolutely.
There are not many players in the league who can shoot the ball like he does, defend as well as he does. He's not a great defender, but he's a good defender.
Very good.
And be as clutch as he is. There are not them, and also who can play in isolation like he does.
Yeah,
he's our best isolation player.
Besides Giannis, I'd still take Giannis. But yeah, absolutely.
Honestly, John, isolation? I don't know. Chris is fantastic.
Oh, very great. Very, very, very
He
good.
rides that tough shot express all the way to the bank. It's unbelievable some of the shots he takes, and they're just right in his wheelhouse. Yeah. He is, and I don't want to say the best because I can't keep stock of it, but he is one of the best mid-range scorers this entire game has.
Oh, he gets a lot of contested shots that goals.
And he just hits them because he's so big, first of all.
Well,
but
long,
his stroke is so perfect.
He's a long 2, very good 3. Yeah, he's a great player for us.
He's fantastic, and I love everything he brings, and
definitely.
it's so refreshing now after the struggle in the beginning of the season to
we knew he would come up
100%. But you forget a little bit how great Chris really is until he starts being great against because he's usually so quiet about it.
Oh, definitely, he still is. Yeah, it's just
absolutely.
We're watching him more closely after a slow start, but yeah,
absolutely. Here's my question that I was thinking about today. When Jabari comes back, and we always go back to the same few topics. Is Jabari coming back?
That's a huge topic, though.
It is a huge topic, and it's so exciting, and it's hopefully soon. If Giannis is a 25-plus point per game scorer, and Chris right now is I want to say
just under 20.
I want to say it's over 20.
Is it over? Wow.
So he's a 20-point per game scorer. Eric Bledsoe career is a 20-point per game scorer. I assume he'll get back up to the average. He's about 17 right now.
20. Oh, okay.
I imagine he'll get closer
to 20. Yeah, I can see Bledsoe doing that.
Where does that leave for Jabari? Because we can't have 4 people score 80 points a game for us. That's just not how the NBA works. And then DeAndre Jordan?
If we got Jordan, that changed this whole game. I mean, love Henson, but we have to give.
We got to stop talking about DeAndre Jordan.
Yeah, we do, but I have to. I mean, if
the possibilities are, I don't think I got it through my head well enough what that means. He's one of the best centers in the NBA.
Oh, top 10, definitely. Yeah,
he's phenomenal in the inside.
Top 5, arguably, probably not top 5, but
he's close. You can make an argument for top 5. He's definitely top 10.
He's top 10. Very good center in the
Defensively,
NBA.
He's fantastic. So good scoring on the inside.
Inside, he cannot shoot, but obviously
can't shoot for shit, but whatever.
Big center who can rebound too.
Rebounds
which
so
we
well.
need for the Bucks.
Exactly. What does that team look like? But my question is Jabari Parker. What do you expect him to play like when he gets back? Obviously, limited minutes, so his stats won't be there immediately.
Right away.
When he gets going,
you can have to be patient with him.
But when he gets going, can he get back to a 20-point per game scorer on this team? Are there going to be enough opportunities for him?
Is he going to be a starting role?
I don't think so. I think assume that he won't be.
If he's willing to come off the bench, and if we keep Malcolm, we're going to have a wonderful bench.
I think this year our bench is better if we don't keep Malcolm, but that's for
depending on the trade.
Right.
But yeah, Jabari I think is definitely willing and capable.
But is he going to have the 20? He's absolutely capable.
Yeah, definitely.
He did it last season.
Yeah, but
my question is he going to get those same kind of opportunities with 3 players who already shoot a lot of shots? That's my biggest fear. As Jabari comes back and all of a sudden there's no offense left for him to bring.
Well, there's gonna be room and time. This is a good fear to have. To have too many great players.
We are so lucky.
No, I think Kid's good. One thing Kid is I think great at is creating time and opportunities for players.
Think so?
Oh yeah, he's definitely created time and opportunity for Giannis when he first started.
It is awesome.
Time for Middleton, everyone.
It is awesome how everyone
and Bledsoe right away.
Exactly.
Time for
how everyone is so meshing. Under the offense, everyone is getting plenty of touches, and that's right. You're right.
I think Kid is very very good at giving everyone opportunities to score and giving opportunities to take the ball and willing to.
Well, that's part of my issue here, John. Is I don't have any numbers in front of me, but I feel like watching these last few games is our offense has turned into such an isolation offense, which it wasn't always, and that is my biggest concern going forward. There are going to be games, and you better pray they're not playoff games, where things just aren't happening. The energy isn't there, and isolation scoring isn't working. That's where someone like a team like the Celtics can do so well, because if Kyrie doesn't have it, exactly, they are moving the ball so fluently and so well that anyone can get an open shot. and they have plenty of people who can hit him. We do not run our offense like that right now, which is fair because we have 3 great isolation scorers.
That's what you're going to trade off when you get the great players. You're going to expect great isolation.
But then you look at the problems the Thunder are having.
Oh, yeah.
And their problem in the fourth quarter is, okay, your turn. Okay, your turn. Okay, your turn. And it's not working. And my fear is that could happen with this Bucks team.
That's a lot of
with
NBA
worse
basketball.
Scorers.
I mean, a good amount of NBA basketball is creating the switches to get good one-on-one matchups, isolation
100%,
matchups.
absolutely.
Which, that's I think is what the Bucks are going towards with Giannis and Middleton and the Bledsoe now.
That's absolutely what we're working for. But is that the most efficient use of it?
No, I don't think it is.
Because Chris Middleton made his name as being off ball.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
And he's learned how to play an ISO fantastically, but he made his name off ball.
Shooting,
Eric Bledsoe...
Pushing the pace,
but also passing.
Yep.
Giannis is the only one who has made a name for himself in ISO.
Middleton's definitely getting there. I think it's showing.
He can play great. I think he's our best ISO player. But that's not how we started, and that's not how we got here. Now we have 4 people who are just going to...
When Jabari gets back,
exactly. When Jabari gets back, there will be 4. And if, DeAndre Jordan's off ball. But...
that's it. Yeah. Trade. If it were to happen.
4 players who... pretty much only playing ISO. A lot of the offense.
5, honestly.
That was our complaint last
5
season.
with Parker and Jordan if we were to
we got to stop talking about the trade as if it's a sure thing.
Yeah.
I do it too. I know. We got to stop.
But
Jabari Parker and Giannis, last season, we had complained about this a lot. Obviously, we didn't have a podcast back then, but we had complained a lot about, all right, Jabari, you go attack. Okay, Giannis, you go attack the rim. All right, Jabari, your turn to attack. Okay, Giannis, you go. And it always felt stilted and not fluent. Mm-hmm. It's feeling really good right now with these 3.
When the ball goes in the hoop, yeah.
We're right, exactly. When things are going well.
Mm-hmm.
My concern is that soon enough there are going to be too many cooks in the kitchen.
Yeah. I mean, that's a good problem to have, though.
100%. Just something to look forward
you're
to.
Gonna have. I mean, you're gonna have nights in the NBA where shots aren't gonna fall, and when you have that many great players, you don't think it's really possible. But
do you think it's more important? I guess my question is more of a theoretical question. Do you think it's more important to have a few great players with a ton of good role players around him, or 4 or 5 great players with a bunch of okay role players around him? What's more important to you? What's a better way to run a team?
I'm definitely talking the more great players you have in the NBA, the better you're going to be. That's why I think the Bucks will be
the Colin Cowherd rule.
I think the Bucks will be a better playoff team than the Boston Celtics.
I think so.
They have if Jabari comes back great, healthy, yes, they'll be a better playoff team than Boston.
So by that metric, are the Thunder a better playoff team than the Spurs?
You had to go there.
They have more great players than the Spurs do. I don't think that rule's 1-to-1.
That's a great point. You had to go there. In the back of my mind, I was saying that same thing. Yep. I was hoping he wouldn't say that.
Right. Because so much of this is just playing devil's advocate.
It's basketball.
Yep. It's basketball.
But
I agree with the whole thought process that great players
will be a better role team in the playoffs. You got a 7-game series.
Theoretically, yes.
Yes.
But I mean that's been proven false by the Spurs. Look at even the Spurs Heat finals.
Yeah. The Grizzlies beat the Spurs 2 years in the playoffs.
Yep.
So I don't know. I don't know.
It's interesting. It's very interesting. Okay. Other thing I want to talk about: Rashad Vaughn ended up getting minutes tonight.
Yeah, Brown didn't play at all, did he?
Sterling Brown did not play.
No, but
pre-game, Jason Kidd had said Sterling Brown and Rashad were going to get minutes tonight. It seems like Sterling might be the odd man out. Rashad Vaughn got minutes tonight and played well enough to earn himself more minutes.
Yep,
that's for sure. 11-point game. I want to say he had 4 boards. He played
fine.
Played well even as a role player. He as a come off the bench scorer, he played well. He had a bad airball 3, but other than that, he played pretty well. And I am interested to see where this goes.
Yeah, I mean,
only because we wisely chose not to re-up his
contract.
Right, exactly. Take the rookie
extension.
Which was the right decision. He hadn't shown anything yet. It made sense.
Definitely, yeah.
And I'm not saying this is going to happen because it won't.
Well, we can
But
still
something
sign him, but
Absolutely, but we don't know what his worth is now.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right.
If he can actually turn it on now, if Summer League Rashad Vaughn can turn into real Rashad Vaughn, which we all thought was never going to happen,
I still
don't think it's going to happen. But it's something to watch out for. If he can start playing consistently well, we're going to pay for it, and it's going to suck.
Well, Bucks basketball, yeah. If he shows anywhere consistently, we're going to pay him. That's what Bucks do. But that's what John Hammond.
John Hammond did.
But I mean, I don't see us changing.
I don't think so either. I don't see him changing. It is just interesting that he had a good game finally for once
this year. Last year, he had a couple of good games last year, but
but majority of the time he was awful.
Oh, majority of the time, yeah, bad.
So I'm sure he will play again Friday against the Mavericks.
Yeah, with Jed out, he'll be playing a lot next 2 weeks, I think. I mean,
well, I figured at least Sterling would get some run, but I guess not. I don't know. I
still
want those rookies to play, especially Sterling, so bad, and Jason Kidd just doesn't want him to, especially Sterling. Sterling has barely gotten any minutes, and every time I've seen him on the court, he's looked great.
He looked fine to good. Yeah,
he's played well every minute he's been in.
Yeah, he's done
a couple times he was too aggressive driving to the paint, which is a very small problem.
But I'd like to see
the anti-Thon effect. It's when you have too much confidence.
I think Kidd will definitely give him his opportunity. Whether it's the next, he's got 2 weeks to do it. Brown will definitely get minutes and opportunities. I think in the next couple of weeks. But I think Vaughn had too many.
Game.
Vaughn had a solid game.
I think he's had too many opportunities.
Yeah, he's had too many opportunities. For what he is.
Well, the rumor is we've been desperately trying to move him for a while.
Yeah.
At least get a.
But there's no trade value on him too. So
there's nothing.
Maybe they're trying
no trade value.
Trying to create something, but I don't know. I don't know.
How sad of a trading block is it that it's John Henson, Mirza Teletovic, and Rashad Vaughn on our trading block?
Well, that's. I mean, teams are trying to get rid of their lower guys.
Well, they're worth nothing. They're literally worth nothing.
Yeah, they're not.
We're gonna have to pay people to take them from us. Teams don't want them. Yeah. We're gonna have to pay people to take Mirza from us. You know that, right? Like if this DeAndre Jordan thing doesn't go through, if we don't get any other opportunities like that, we will have to send a pick to a team to take Mirza. And probably John Henson too. Yeah. And it sucks.
Well, we don't have any trade value besides our assets.
Yeah, and we don't want to give any of them up except Brogdon. Is the only one I'm even close to willing to give
close.
Up. Yeah.
I'm not.
And it has to be a great deal.
Yeah. Like a Lou Williams deal. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that Brogdon is kind of being used by the front office as a chip. Because you heard the Suns, and hear me out, you heard the Suns talking about how, well, we want Malcolm Brogdon, any deal we do for Bledsoe.
Which the Suns should have wanted him,
Sure, it makes sense. But do I put it past John Horst to say, I guess Malcolm is available, but I don't know if I want to give him up. That kind of deal. I am sure that is his tactic.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah.
Is wave Malcolm Brogdon in there so they start pursuing aggressively?
Well, I think with them trading Moose, I think the Bucks are still definitely willing to make a move.
The fact that we're even in conversation for DeAndre Jordan tells me that we're willing.
And I think when we traded Moose, we're in the mindset of thinking we're within due time we're going to get another center.
Yep, absolutely. What do you think Brogdon's future is? How have we come back to this already? It's been like 5 minutes and we're already back here.
Honestly, I love Brogdon. I don't think his future is with the Bucks.
I don't think so either. I think the fact that we have Bledsoe, and honestly, we'll move money around to keep Bledsoe. I think Bledsoe's going to be in Milwaukee for a long time. I think
Brogdon will be a very good point guard in the league, but I don't think he'll be with the Bucks. I think he'll be a starting point guard. I think he'll be very good. I
agree with you. I think we'll probably get value somewhere.
I don't think he'll be with the Bucks. I'd love to see him come with the Bucks, but
yeah, I don't see it. He's too valuable for what he's giving us. Yeah. He's so much more valuable as a trade chip.
Yeah.
That I think it's.
But he'll be a very good point guard in the league.
No doubt about it.
Wherever he ends up, but yeah, he'll be good. I'll miss him, but he'll be good.
No doubt about it. All right, John. Is there anything else we needed to go over? Any other final comments you have to make?
Well, it was a huge win. It was a big game going in. We got 2 more big home games coming up.
Mavericks should be a win.
Mavs and the Jazz, I think, should be 2 wins.
Both should be wins.
At home, I think.
Donovan Mitchell's playing his mind out. He just scored 30 on the second night of a back-to-back.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Kid's a rookie. Now, I had told Luke, and you can all tweet at ChooseBeerDeer and tell him I said this. I told Luke, I texted him one day, And I said, listen, we need to trade Malcolm Brogdon or someone to get up in the draft class and pick Dennis Smith Jr. or Donovan Mitchell.
Dennis Smith, yeah, I like him.
Both great players, both great point guards. I told them, I said, we need to do it. We need to find someone willing to do it. Trade 2 firsts in Brogdon and
You didn't know we'd
do
get
it.
Bledsoe, though, right away, did you?
I didn't know we would get Bledsoe, which is obviously the best of both worlds.
best,
But I did call Donovan Mitchell, is my point.
Yeah?
I wanted him bad.
Good ball player.
Really good ball player.
But, we got I think we got to take both games pretty handily. I think we should handle both teams.
Yeah, I don't think we should have
I
to
think,
spend a whole lot of effort to do it.
Gobert, I think he'll be a problem, but...
Now, Bledsoe was not with the team when we had lost to the Mavericks, correct? Or was he?
No, he wasn't with the Bucks. He was on the... Oh, so the... Yeah, he was not doing a thing. Probably watching the
game.
Eat some cheese curds. And, no, I'm just joking.
So he was not with the team when we lost to the Mavericks the first time. So that
was like one of the last games.
It was.
Last games we had before.
Was probably one of the final pushes to get.
Yeah, because I think
we had actually talked about that in the show that this horse needs to go out and get Bledsoe now.
Yeah, because that was a bad loss.
So bad.
That loss and the Jazz loss were awful losses.
Those are our 2 worst losses of the season so far, and hopefully those can.
And honestly,
remain our worst losses.
Which is a long season. You take those 2 losses away, it's a fine season so far. Yeah. And we had some good losses, not good losses. No
what
losses
are we?
Good,
13-10 now.
13-10 now. Yeah.
Okay, so that makes us 15-8. Yeah, it's like one of the best teams in the East.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You take those 2 awful losses out, we're good, very good,
great,
damn good team. Yeah,
absolutely. Okay, John, this has been
Bucked Up.
I'm your host,
Nick Schneider,
alongside
John Mook.
You can follow us on
Twitter
at.
On us or
Go ahead.
What are you?
P_Schneider69, and you are at
John Mook 1. The
company is at
possibly ENT.
If you like the video, you can
subscribe
and like the video. We're also available on
Pocket Cast, SoundWorld, iTunes,
audio platforms around the globe.
I like to say, tell them.
What do I tell them?
I think you do. I think you've told them.
Hey, yo, tell them.
Pocket Cast.
Tell them where they can find you.
iTunes, Google Play.
Swing that crane around, Spider-Man. Until next time, stay bucked up.
And cheer the deer. We got to go to a game Friday night, Saturday night. Big games, home games. Go out to the Bradley Center.
Good to be the Batman.